So often I speak to my clients and it becomes very clear that they have no confidence when it comes to making decisions. And this is very, very important because we need to learn to trust ourselves. If you don't trust yourself, then every single decision that ever comes your way is going to be difficult. You might experience anxiety over the decision. You might experience excessive worry, for instance, or maybe you have a lot of stress over this decision. So, I'd like to give you some helpful ways that you might find useful. Firstly, listen to your intuition. What is it telling you? Use it. Often our subconscious minds will become very, very active here and give you little nudges in the right direction. Don't ignore these feelings. Don't ignore the thoughts that you are having. This is your intuition talking to you. Make sure you listen to what it's saying. It might be a warning. Maybe you have an uneasy feeling, okay? Or maybe the exact opposite. You may feel excited, or maybe you feel really encouraged. Whatever your intuition is telling you, be aware of it. Then there are, of course, the facts about your situation. What are the facts? What are you ignoring? What are you discrediting when you're making these decisions? Use these and let them guide you into helping you make the decision that you need to make. If you sit on the decision and let them float around and around and around, you're going to fall into the trap of worry. And we already know that worry leads to more worry. So listen to your intuition, look at the facts, and make the decision. At the end of the day, it does become irrelevant if the decision is right or if the decision is wrong. Whatever you decide, whatever pans out, you can trust that you will cope. This decision may be the best thing that you've ever made. It might be the best thing you've ever done. But how will you ever know if you don't actually take the plunge and make the choice? It may be that the decision is actually not the right one. Okay then, well, what is the worst thing that can happen? Very, very important question. I use this often when I speak to my clients in therapy. What is the worst that could happen? Don't lose sight of this. Often the worst thing that can happen is not actually that bad, or it is fixable later on. Life still goes on. It's very, very rare that a negative decision can't be either reversed at some point or amended in some way. Don't lose sight of this. Changes are inevitable in life, but not making a decision at all, that's going to keep you stuck and it's going to find you in a very unhappy place. And all of these things lead to lack of changes in your life, a lack of changes. And what happens to people when that happens? Well, they become very unhappy. And everything remains the same. There's no variation. Boring. Remember, change is growth. It expands your environment, it expands your experiences, and all of these are very good. Be conscious when you work with your decisions. Work with them. Another technique as well is when making decisions, look at your core values. What makes you happy? What makes you feel loved? What makes you feel connected? How can this decision be made using your core values? That will help. This is a great technique that you can add. Again, get a piece of paper, write down all the pros, write down all the cons, write down all the advantages and disadvantages. And this will also help you make your decision. Give yourself some clarity. Again, your intuition might come alive here, and this will also be there to help you. And this will help you with your confidence. And it is very, very useful when trying to make a decision. Trust that whatever you decide, you will cope. And the more decisions you make, the more your confidence will grow. You will start to trust yourself more and more. But you have to start somewhere. So if you are procrastinating right now and you have a decision that needs to be made, now is the time to allow yourself to make these decisions. Build your confidence in yourself. Use the techniques.